Are you interested in personal growth? Today, I share 3 easy steps on how to achieve personal growth. And then I break down those 3 steps into an infinite number of steps because when you go after personal growth, it's quite simply not as easy as it looks. Personal growth can be broken down into 3 steps. Identify how you want to grow or what you want to achieve. Determine how to get there, and do it. The problem with this sort of presentation, like selling personal growth in 3 easy steps, is that it fails to include the blood, sweat, tears, anger, frustration, sadness, anxiety that personal growth often takes. If you were looking for a shortcut, then you can move on to another video. This one isn't it. If you're the kind of person that starts working on a project or life goal, and you seem to find yourself giving up pretty frequently, or if you're the kind of person that gets too overwhelmed to start, then I'd like you to take a moment to get some clarity on what the problem really is. Maybe you're the kind of person that immediately goes to, well, I just didn't try hard enough, or I'm really kind of not the greatest person, and so I probably don't deserve what I'm trying to achieve. Or perhaps you're the kind of person that immediately jumps to, well, I didn't have really great teachers, or I don't have enough money or time, or the government is just terrible, or perhaps my brother wasn't really helping me out when he could have. He's been helping out all my other siblings, or my parents really ruined my life. Either way, it's not your fault, and it's also not anybody else's fault. The problem is your skill set, and your skill set can be upgraded. As I review the steps today, I will reframe some things, and I will add more details to help you discover what skills you can practice so that you improve your ability to reach your dreams. Identify how you want to grow or what you want to achieve. I'd like to share the definition of authenticity by Brené from her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, so that we can dig into what it takes to start figuring out our personal growth goal. And in case you have her book, this is on page 50. Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Choosing authenticity means cultivating the courage to be imperfect, to set boundaries, and to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Exercising the compassion that comes from knowing that we are all made of strength and struggle. And nurturing the connection and sense of belonging that can only happen when we believe that we are enough. Authenticity demands wholehearted living and loving, even when it's hard, even when we're wrestling with the shame and fear of not being good enough, and especially when the joy is so intense that we're afraid to let ourselves feel it. Mindfully practicing authenticity during our most soul-searching struggles is how we invite grace, joy, and gratitude into our lives. So the thing about becoming more authentic so that you can truly connect with yourself and really develop what your life's mission is that it requires self-love and embracing who you truly are and choosing to love yourself may require jumping through seemingly impossible hoops, dragging around luggage you didn't realize you had, and still yet figuring out how to leave behind that luggage. I'd recommend possibly looking at your self-talk or breaking down some cognitive distortions if you are struggling with self-love. So you're saying that in order to complete step 1, I have to really truly love myself, because then I'll be able to know what I want and be supportive of myself so that I can cheer myself on to get there. Plus, I will be persuaded by outside influences and try to work towards goals that I don't completely stand behind. Bingo. You got it. Let's fast forward to step 2. Determine how to get there. If you're struggling with how to get somewhere, do some research, read some books, watch some YouTubes like this one, and then follow up with some videos on specifically what you're trying to achieve. Talk to others who have achieved what you're trying to achieve. Once you have an idea, it's best to create a plan with SMART goals. And now I've officially broken down these 3 simple steps into an infinite number of goals, depending on how many you end up creating. SMART goals allow you to figure out whether or not you're getting any traction in achieving your goal. In other words, fleshing out how to reach your goal as much as possible makes it easier to achieve both your little and big goals. And writing goals and determining a path to success or multiple paths to success is another skill set? Yes, exactly. Now, SMART goals generally stands for specific, measurable, attainable or assignable, relevant, and time-based. If you're new to setting goals, SMART goals are a great way to get started. And make sure that your first big goal includes smaller little goals so that you don't get overwhelmed. For example, if my long-term goal is figuring out who I am so that I can figure out what I want so I can progress to wherever I've determined to be, or whoever I've determined I'd like to be, perhaps I could start with a smaller goal of improving my use of self-affirmations. So a few SMART goals might look like: identify a positive self-affirmation I can say to myself. Say it in second person, aka, you are a successful manager, and say that for a week. Next, say it in first person every day for a week. I am a successful manager. And then follow up with another goal. Say it in first person every day for a month, or at least until this feels believable. Step 3, do it. So step 3 in those 3 easy steps is to just do it. If you've made it this far, you know that doing it takes time and practice. Sometimes it can take years, on years, on years, all depending on what goal you're looking at reaching, how many skills you already possess, and to some extent, how you are as a whole human being, taking into account the 7 dimensions of wellness, which includes how you're doing physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, spiritually, vocationally, and financially. Now that's a lot of dimensions to look at, and I'd love to make a video on that in the future. Let me know if you'd like to hear more about those. So basically, if you get step 1 and step 2 done really well, then step 3 is sort of laid out for you and you just follow the path. What if it doesn't work? Is it because I suck at hard work? Or because I'm a bad person? No, actually, there's just another skill set that you need to bulk up on. So you'll have to reflect and figure out which skill set you need more practice with in order to reach the next level in your journey of personal growth. There are tons of skills out there to learn and practice. Let me know what skill set you're interested in improving and what goals you're working towards in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you're curious to learn more. If this content adds value to your life, click the bell to get a notification whenever I upload new videos. Until next time, live intentionally, love fiercely, and lead courageously.